right, y'all, so I'm going through my questions that I said I would make videos for. One good question I had was, how do you keep life's daily stressors, i.e. depression, from affecting your prep? It can be hard, but it depends on how you look at it. So for me, I always say the plan is the plan. So if I have a plan that I've already set out, there's going to be nothing that deters me from that plan, okay? So an example of that is, what is it, maybe 5 years ago, my husband got into a very, very bad accident. He's my boyfriend at the time. Very bad accident. And the whole front of the car was pushed in. We always went to the gym together at that time. So he calls me. I thought he was joking. And I'm flying up the street, rolling on a one-way. Mind you, I'm in prep. He's in prep for nationals. Okay? We're cruising on the road. I'm flying. I'm talking about the cops have the whole road shut off. I'm flying on the other side, headed straight onto oncoming traffic. I parked the car in the middle of the street, everything. Get out. And thankfully, he was okay, as you can see. But after I made sure to get him to the hospital, make sure he was in bed, make sure all the CAT scans were right, make sure he was set, I said, all right, babe, I gotta go to the gym. Because at the end of the day, I can't help anybody if I don't help myself. And finding your you time in the midst of chaos is one of the best things you can do. But not only that, for me, I like to be in control. Control freak, call it what you may, I don't care. It is what it is. And I know myself, and I love that about myself. So with that being said, sticking to a plan is easy for me and helpful for me, because I know for a fact that while all this chaos is going on, I'm able to control this one thing, and that's what I'm putting in my mouth. All right, I'm going to eat this at this time. I'm going to eat that at this time. I'm going to do this at this time. I'm going to do this workout here. I'm going to stretch here. I'm going to stay to my schedule because that's what I can control. How I react to the situation is what I can control. So in a sense, to me, when chaos goes awry, my prep and my diet are what pull me in and hold me together and become a very, very, very much of a glue in my life in terms of just keeping me grounded and gives me something to focus on and gives me something to work towards. So that's been even instances of my mom getting sick again while I'm on the Olympia stage, or my friend passing 2 months before the Olympia stage, or moving across the country and having to pack up all my life and move across the country. Things like that. The one consistent thing was my diet and was me going to the gym and finding that really helped soothe me. So if you think of prep like that, that was a really, really big thing for me, is just making sure that it continued to provide light in my life. And if your prep is just adding another stressor to you, that may be something to kind of look at. But for me, prep added the lightness that I needed and the control that I needed in the midst of chaos. Okay? Now, in terms of dealing with more of the depression type of things in prep, you got to make sure that you're kind of taking care of your wellness. And so that could be making sure you have omega-3s going, which tend to help with anxiety and depression, according to the research. You can look it up yourself. But omega-3s in your diet, your adaptogens like your ashwagandha that helps with your sleep too, which is also going to help with your brain capacity and allowing you to recover and feel better. Taking your daily walks outside, getting that vitamin D. Also too, from the research that I've seen, is a lot of people are deficient in magnesium. So if you're taking a magnesium supplement with D3 in it mixed together, that tends to help you sleep better too, and it tends to make you feel better overall as a person. So when you're thinking about it, in a sense, prep kind of gives you that tool to be able to see how your body is actually functioning. Because prep is when you're like, okay, this is not working, because you're trying to take your body to an extreme, and it allows you to see things. So for instance, if I'm stage lean and I eat a certain food and I blow up, I know what I added in, so it allows me to say, this is what caused that. I'm able to move accordingly and find things to fine tune that. So you got to kind of watch for that and use this moment and use these preps to find those details that you're able to make them better. So the only reason I learned about these herbs, because if I was extremely stressed when I was going to school and everything like that and trying to compete at the same time, I said something needs to happen, because I'm doing all this work over here. I'm doing everything I need to do. I'm doing everything and something's not working out. Chances are my stress is too high, and so it's raising my cortisol too high. So you want to make sure you're just kind of laying out everything you got on your plate, making sure you're handling it the best you can. Pull the control pieces in where you can, and then move from there.
All I see is cowards, but